Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am here to show you all what I used for my planning throughout 2020, and I'm going to follow this video up with a second video to show you what I'm using for 2021, because it's been a process and it's all kind of different. So I started 2020 in a Hobonichi Weeks. Absolutely love it. This is my like my ride or die, my fallback. It works, and you know, it's affordable, it's compact, it's portable, and I love it. So this was my second year in a Hobonichi Weeks. I did tip-ins, watercolor, not a ton of stickers. Like, I don't use sticker kits or anything like that. It's mostly just pen. Just to give you a quick flip here. So yeah, this worked for me really, really well. It allowed me to have everything that I needed. And it was just a good way to keep track of my life, the things that I need to do, and like just general information. So once we got into Halloween time, I did use washi, and I used some stickers that I had in November. And then here we are. So pretty basic. In the back, I had, again, done some tip-ins, covered up pages with sticky notes, and I had just done some memory keeping. This made it pretty bulky. I used my HP Sprocket to print these pictures, and these were actually from 2019, and then it ran into 2020. I just had things that I wanted to document. My nephew, like, oh, so cute. And then I was doing dailies. Actually, okay, so at this point, I moved away from my Hobo Weeks. I wanted to try the B6 size, just to have some more room. I really liked the idea of, let me show you here if I can get to a page. Okay, so this began when I had to start working from home, basically. It seemed like I was in it for the long haul anyway. So I started with keeping track of just my work hours, because I needed to like do all of my Zoom lessons and whatnot. And then I just did like a basic to-do list with some journaling, and then a little memory keeping here and there. And then I moved on to tracking like more of my day from 9 to 9. And then I ended up doing, so like to do it like this, I have to have my my markers, my Tombos and my mild liners with me all the time in order to block off when I was doing something. So then I started just drawing a line, and then at the end of the day going back and color coding them. I shouldn't really say color code. It's not a code. It's just like what colors I feel like using that day. And, you know, 2 different colors side by side so that they don't blend together. I was doing some stamping. And at some point here, so I added a weekly here because it became really obvious that due to being in the Hobo Weeks for so long, I really needed a weekly. And then I was putting a like a Taoist quote every day. I'm just using up stickers that I had. Okay, so here's when I started doing like a bar for time blocking, and this is now my favorite way to track my time. I do the bar for the day, I draw a line to split up my time, and then just color it in whenever. So I kept up with this, and here I added weekly sections, like in general. So it was like a weekly review and then a weekly view. A lot of it is redundant and repetitive between my weekly and my dailies, but that is okay. I would rather have something down twice than not have it down at all when I need it. So, yeah. So we continued this way, still doing the stamping at this point, but to flip ahead, here I was just using some washi to jazz it up. I don't have a problem with white space, but with such big pages, it seems like, you know, if you have something to fill it, why not do it? At least some of the time. Make it pretty. So, through September-ish. And then here I have like a random, like a summary of what happened in a novel, in order to like remind myself what was going on before starting the next one. And yeah, so here, no stamping, no washi, just ink. Here's a little bit. Oh yeah, so I got crazy in October for Halloween, the same way that I did at my weeks. So for October here, this is where I fell off. So never even color coded these. Yeah, so basically, and then I was gonna write something here about Stardew Valley just to use the pages, but never actually did it. So the weekly section, all of these, I was also writing this same information in my weeks. So week 41 here, I was still keeping my weeks going because I wanted to finish it at the end of the year anyway. And I know that working from home is very different than having to go to work. So I wasn't sure how long I was going to stick with this. So I was putting the same type of things in my weekly spreads so that no matter what I felt like using, I would have what I needed. Again, a little redundant, but I always had what I needed. And I'm glad that I did that because in October, I ended up going back to my Hobonichi Weeks. So, yeah, that is what I have been doing in here. So here I have like a review, which I didn't used to do. Here I have dailies. So I actually started kind of using both planners in September. And this kind of evolved too. I have different like time blocking. So here I was just doing from like 8 to 8 over here. And then I like, that's not a big enough chunk of my day. I do a lot of things in the evenings actually. So I ended up like doubling the time bar. I did try this way. No. Yeah, so like here I was going from 8 to 6:30 and then picking up from 6:30 to 10. I think some days I might have done 11 too. It was a day that I didn't have to work the following day. Because again, I do a lot of things in the evenings. So I really liked this. I don't currently track my time. I just don't feel like I need to. But definitely the days that I don't work now are the days that I feel like I should track my time. Just to see, like, how did I use my day? I had the whole day. What did I use? How did I use that time? So, yeah, that's pretty much it for my weeks. I mean, I have lists in the back. Pen test. I know I have a list I can't show you. I just don't remember where it is. But like, just, you know, different things. I think it's that page. Yeah. So these lists I have now carried over so that I will always have them. But that is my weeks. I have one more week left in it, and then it's done. I can retire her to my shelf. And I've had a lot of people ask me how I got the edges to be purple. I used acrylic paint and a dry paintbrush and very, very little paint. And then after, so you really, when the book is new, it's a lot easier, but you really need to like put pressure down and hold the pages together nicely as you're painting. And then once it dries, you just have to go through and some of the pages, the edges are going to be stuck together. You just have to go through and separate them. So yeah, that's why it's like so vibrant, where I have a weeks for 2021 here, and I just used a gray mild liner. It doesn't look anywhere near as good, but I don't care, because as I use it, it's gonna separate like this anyway. So yes, and so 2020 was a series of using my weeks for a long period, having everything shut down, you know, kind of losing my grip a little bit, trying to hold it together, working from home, you know, a lot of anxiety. And I was like, oh, this is a good time to try the B6. And I was really enjoying it, but then it almost felt like too much. Like, I like to have a planner that is set up, at least for, you know, like weeklies or something. I don't ever want to like go to write something down and then think, oh, I didn't set it up for this month. That annoys me. So I was like back and forth and maintaining both. And then I had a A6 Stalogy laying around. What did I do here? I taped these pages together, so I can't really show you a whole lot, but I did make an attempt here at weeklies and dailies in this A6. And I mean, it's cute as a button, but it's not big enough. It's not the right dimensions for me. I think this looks nicer. The dimensions are more pleasing to the eye, but as far as writing, I like this height. And I can deal with the width of the Hobo Weeks, and then I find the regular B6 to be like more than enough, a very generous amount of space without being too big. I really like mark it down. I really, really don't think I'll ever be in an A5. It's just way too big. Totally unnecessarily big. And then, so the reason that I also stopped writing details about work in my planners in general, I was doing like okay, so like towards the end I had like a general to-do list, but I was, yeah, splitting things up between work and home. And this is just like the page that I would look at all day, but I like to open up my planner and not necessarily see a ton of things about work, maybe a few. I do have, in my weeks, so like Friday's timesheet, which is also in my work planner. Class meeting, put in my time off request, things like that. So that is more just so that I've written it down one more time and I'm less likely to forget, but it's not like little mundane details and tasks that I don't need to fill my personal planner with that, because I have a work planner, which I will show you. That is the one like common denominator between 2020 and 2021 is my work planner. So this is a Filofax Malden that I have de-ringed, and I hated the color, so I used Fibing's leather dye and I dyed it black. And it did get on the button, and it's finally starting to wear off the button a little bit. So that'll be silver again. And then inside I just have a Wonderland 222 weekly planner. So in here, let me take this off camera for a second because I really can't show you much at all. Sorry guys, I just want to see if there's like a single week that I wasn't super specific. Not really. So I'm just going to show you a blank week. So here's February. So what I do when school is in session is I write my attendance up here at the top in this little box, because I have 7 students and they're split into an A-B schedule. I'm a special ed teacher, so I have more than enough room to just write who attended that day and then make sure that it gets entered in the computer. And I go through here and I use my pen that I could show you. So yeah, so here I rewrite the date and just to make it more bold, and I go around each day to make it more bold, and I rewrite the time here to again make it more bold. And then my day ends at 3:30, so from there down I have all this space down here, for tasks. And I use these sticky notes from Peanuts Planner Co. I'm able to put 2 weeks worth on here, and I just have like daily things that I have to make sure I do or that my staff does, because I'm responsible for it. And there's a lot of that when school is open. Right now school is closed, so we're doing everything virtually. So it's just like a lot of Zoom sessions to plan and Zoom meetings to be in, and my task list is all over the place. So that's what I use there. And I mean, it's working, and the school year goes until June. So this planner will last me until June. And then, so I showed you the A6 Stalogy that I very briefly entertained the thought of. I also have a Hobonichi A6. I've never used one of these before. I got the English version because it's less colorful. It's more minimal, and I don't really care for the colors that Hobonichi uses. So I grabbed this, and I was thinking, oh, I can definitely do A6. What I'll do is, so I did like a mock-up day, and I had planned to do Monday through Friday, keep the dailies, and then Saturday I would cover up. I would split it so that the top is Saturday, the bottom is Sunday. I could still track my time from 9 to 10 each day. I still have room for tasks, and that would leave Sundays open to turn into a weekly. This could work. I mean, I could make this work if I had to. I just, right now, that's not for me. But of course, I bought the 2020 at the same time as I bought a 2021. So I have this that I can always go back and play with and use for whatever. But now I also have one for 2021, which I could use at any time. I mean, really, you never know. But right now, that is not my plan. In terms of planners, we have planners that I'm not using, that I'm not going to be in for 2021. I will not be planning in a B6. I will not be planning in a Hobonichi Weeks. Again, I have one for 2021. I'm probably not going to be using it. I am not going to be planning in the Hobonichi A6. I'm also not going to be planning in an A6 Stalogy. Oh boy. So here is the pile of things that I am not going to be in. You could also look at it as here is a pile of options. When I get an itch to change, I have all these things just laying around that I can try without having to spend any money. Oh, I have another thing I'm not using. Hold on. I'm also not using this Daily Wonderland 222. So the Wonderland planners have Tomoe River paper, just like the Hobonichis, and then the Stalogies have super, super nice paper, but it is not Tomoe River paper. It is a little bit thicker. Yeah, okay. So there's the stack that I'm not using, slash potentially could use and have on standby at any given time. So there it is. Yeah. Okay, so I don't want this video to get too long, and I don't want to lose my train of thought. So I'm going to regroup, and I am going to film another video to show you guys what I am using for 2021, and how I hope things will turn out now that you have seen my back and forth and all around process of 2020. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you were able to maybe see a little bit more about some things you may have considered, or you know, maybe you even saw something you weren't aware of before and now you want to go buy it, and for that I apologize. But it's real easy to spend a bunch of money on planners, but things you know, that are like for a whole year, you've got a lot of time to potentially have your needs change and then still use that. And then things like Stalogies, I mean, you date them yourself, so you can, like this, I can go back and finish this, this B6. I don't have to just shelf it or start over. I'll always have this. I can use it for a bunch of different things. So there doesn't have to be waste in the planner world, as long as you're resourceful and creative and try to like shop your stash. So this is my stash, my on-hand, readily available stash. So I do not plan on buying any planners, like the notebook planny papery part. Covers, on the other hand, that's a different story, but we're not gonna judge because it's Christmas Eve and that wouldn't be nice. That would not be festive. So I wish you all a happy, safe, and healthy holiday. I will get this video up as soon as possible. I'm going to film the second one, but I'll probably wait a couple days to release that one, just so you know, they're not like back to back and then I have a huge dry spell again where I don't upload anything. So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. That always helps as a creator, and I will see you in my next one. Happy holidays. Bye-bye.